just wanted to make this little quick video um, about this gun ban issue. Um, yeah, I saw some things earlier today that kind of pissed me off, so that's why I decided to do this video. It's a lot of nonsense going around. A lot of stupid ass people out there. Just let me say, first of all, this Piers Morgan clown, okay? I mean, first of all, the man don't make any goddamn sense, okay? You're from Britain, okay? You're not from the United States, okay? So, excuse us if we don't really give a fuck about your opinion, all right? Now, excuse me. Earlier today, I saw the interview where the sheriff from Milwaukee was on the Piers Morgan show. And, this clown, Piers Morgan, trying to bogart, the topic, really wouldn't let the brother speak. Talking about, oh, I'm not going to let you get away with that, and you're not going to get away with that. And, man, who the fuck is you, man? You just a goddamn news analyst, man. You don't nobody give a damn about your opinion. You ain't got no power or authority over here. Matter of fact, man, somebody need to round this clown up and ship his ass back to Great Britain FedEx. Okay? But the brother was on there making a lot of sense. He was merely pointing out the obvious that every person has an individual responsibility to protect themselves, their family, and their property. Period. Point blank. Now this clown, Piers Morgan, trying to point out, Great Britain, we don't have any gun violence, and, we banned all of the guns, and ever since we banned all of the guns, there haven't been any massacres. Bullshit. They banned the guns. Crime went up. Instead of people getting shot, people getting stabbed. I mean, guns do not kill people, people do. Okay? Now, this whole notion that we're supposed to somehow give up our guns when the government has passed the NDAA bill, when President Obama declared that he can kill American citizens without a warrant, without a court order, without a trial. He can just execute American citizens off or on American soil. The government has bought something like 2 billion rounds of hollow point bullets. The Social Security Administration buying military-style weapons. You got all of these government agents arming themselves to the teeth. You got police departments and municipalities buying tanks. And at the same time, all this is going on, somehow we're supposed to disarm the citizenry. This is the stupidest shit I've ever seen in my life. I mean, if you people think we're going to fall for this bullshit, you are grossly underestimating the American people. Now, let me say this. To all of the different various ethnic groups, blacks, so-called blacks, Latinos, white, so-called whites. Look, man. I'm not going to get all into it, the history of this country. All of us got differences of opinion when it pertains to the history of this country. And we know the history of this country has been painted with the blood of indigenous peoples, descendants of Africans, some of which are also indigenous to the Americas, and also Europeans. Me personally, I happen to know a lot about the real history of this country, and Europeans who slaughtered, killed, enslaved just like everybody else. The United States has always been a slave plantation, okay? But with that said, every time the various groups of people try to come together, this is when the so-called elite and ruling class panic, and they continue and come up with different schemes and mechanisms to pit one group against the other. They doing the same goddamn thing. This is why Barack Obama was put into office. They're trying to create a situation, black against white, Hispanic against white, black against Hispanic. This is the only way these people can rule. This is the way they've been doing this for thousands of years, okay? It's about time that we get some common fucking sense. You ain't gotta like my skin color. I ain't gotta like yours. You ain't gotta like the way I look, talk. I ain't gotta like the way you look or talk. But there is a simple fact that I think everybody needs to understand, especially some of the European brothers and sisters out there. For hundreds of years, you sat by or participated in watching black people getting their asses handed to them by the government, the powers that be, okay? What you need to understand is that you cannot have liberty or freedom if someone else's liberty and freedom is being infringed upon. Liberty has to be universal. Otherwise, everyone's liberty is in danger, okay? Now, they're trying to get us to pit one against the other. They're hoping for a racial conflict, okay? And I'm sure there's a lot of dumbass people out there who actually think this is a good idea, white, black, whatever. But what if we grew some fucking brains and realized that none of us are the enemies of each other, that it has always been the elite, black elite, white elite, Hispanic elite, they've always pitted us against each other so that they can divide and conquer and rule. So what I'm saying is when the shit hit the fan, and it's about to, we need to be mindful of what their intentions, strategies are, and we need to carry ourselves accordingly, okay? Let me just tell you, when it comes to this gun ban shit, I'm with the rednecks on this. And I don't give a fuck whether they like me or not, whatever. I don't care, because I have common fucking sense. And I understand that Mr. Hillbilly in Alabama really is not a threat to me. The real threat to me is the bankers and the stupid-ass bureaucrats. And I want to give a message loud and clear. I want you to listen to me, Mr. and Mrs. Bureaucrat. I want the Piers Morgans, the mainstream media executives, and the dumbass analysts. I want the entire bureaucracy to listen to what I'm saying, okay? We are going to hunt you down. We're going to rout your ass out. We're going to arrest you, try you, and execute you, okay? All of your assets will be seized, okay? The bankers, same thing. Now, you may think this is a hollow threat. I can assure you it's a promise. Where you have gone too damn far. How is it that the servant thinks himself to be the master? Now, we know that 90% of the American people are dumb, mindless drones, okay? But 10% of us are awake, all right? And we staring at your ass, and we see all the bullshit you doing, and we sick and tired of it. And I could assure you, you will not win a conflict with us. 30 million people plus. Now, you may think that the dumb sheeple don't side with you. No. Once the sheeple see the 10% descending upon your ass, excuse me, people, but I ran out of space on the camera. But to finish up what I was saying, if you dumbass elite think that the 90% of the dumb sheeple somehow gonna save your ass, you sadly mistaken. Because a lot of these people understand why they're in the condition they're in. Once they see the 10% moving on your ass, you can be assured that they're going to join in the melee. Okay? Now, I don't condone any kind of violence. You know, if we were smarter, we could settle this issue without any violence whatsoever. However, the truth of the matter is that a lot of the American people are stupid, naive, brainwashed, and everything else. So it's probably going to come down to some violence. But now, I know a lot of the elite think they're going to go and hide in their bunkers. It's not going to happen. Because we're just going to wait you out. As soon as you come out your bunkers, we're going to kill you. We're not playing with you no more. I mean, because you people you've lost your goddamn minds, man. You've gone crazy, okay? Now, I understand that the so-called elite is not some monolithic group. So let me give a message to those members of the elite who may be a little more wiser than this new out-of-control faction, okay? I call them the New Bloods, all right? If you don't stop these people, if you don't put a check on them, all of you are doomed. Because the people all over the world are sick and tired of this bullshit. We know we have access to information like never before in human history. So we have a pretty damn good idea who the perpetrators are, okay? And now if you guys got any inkling of sense, okay, left in your brain, you guys will step in and stop these renegades from what they're doing. Because they are alerting and arousing the anger and the suspicions of the masses of people. And you know damn well, I don't care, you can combine every military on the face of the earth, they can never win a war with the populations. It's not going to happen. And then if you think that all these militaries are going to just kill all their people off, their brothers, their sisters, their cousins, it's just not going to happen. Yeah, you're going to get some who will because they stupid too. But a large portion are going to turn on you. So if you guys ain't figured out by now that the world is looking at you and we know what's going on, and you still haven't clicked in your brain that maybe y'all need to back the fuck off a little bit, then I don't know what to tell you. But if you guys got any sense, you guys will put a stop to this bullshit, okay? Because we watching. We know who you are. We know where you are. And we have every intentions on getting you. Now, we don't want no violence. Now, for those of you who decide to side with the people, we're going to leave you alone. You can keep your wealth. Enough of it anyway. Some of it you're going to have to get back because you stole it anyway. Okay? But generally speaking, you'll be able to keep. You want your palaces, keep your goddamn palaces. If that's what make you happy, you know, you want your gold toilets, you can keep all that. But if you don't step in and stop these goddamn madmen while there's still time and time running out, your ass is fried too. That's all I want to say. Guys, please subscribe. You know, let me know what you think about the video. By the way, any dumbass people leaving some stupid ass messages, I'm simply going to erase your post and block you. Because I have zero tolerance for stupidity. So if you make some comments, please let them be intelligent. Okay? All right.